I don't know if I'm the only one who genuinely feels this way, but Christmas just doesn't feel the same. Back in the day, Christmas used to seem almost magical. It seemed like every single person in the family would want to come together and actually just celebrate Christmas with each other. It was like if we all had any problems going on in that time period, it would simply just disappear because it's Christmas. And let's not forget, we used to literally wake up early as heck in the morning, like at 6, maybe even 5 a.m. in the morning, just to open up our presents. And not to mention the food and the festivities as well together as a family. It was genuinely a fun time to be alive. But I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like something genuinely happened. It's like the magic that existed in Christmas before just doesn't exist anymore. And see, we're still around the same type of people, and not gonna lie, the only thing that really changed is the fact that I'm a little older now. And that's not supposed to really be a big difference, right? Right, guys? Let's get to the video. Christmas is the main holiday, let's be real. The whole family comes together just like Thanksgiving. You get presents and candy, which is so much better than Halloween and Easter. It's the one time you could really go out of your way and drink alcohol. I'm talking about all the lengths of alcohol, all the way from eggnog to Henny. The best TV shows and cartoons come out around this time, and on top of that, almost every single place on the internet and in person has discounts. Real talk, people spend most of their year preparing for Christmas before they'd spend any time on any other holiday. And if you really look into the history of Christmas, I can't even lie, it's really some weird shit, but to be honest, we don't really care because we're getting presents and we're enjoying ourselves. Like, real talk, have y'all ever looked into what Santa Claus actually is? Like, Santa Claus is literally a Coke advertisement. Coke made Santa Claus to sell Coke in the winter. I completely don't understand how we got to this position, but not gonna lie, it is what it is. Cause we're really supposed to be looking at why Christmas just doesn't feel the same anymore. I think the first thing we really need to look at, especially when it comes to why Christmas doesn't feel the same, is the media. I don't know what it is nowadays, but the media genuinely sucks, especially when it comes to Christmas. I remember back when I was little, they used to drop Christmas movies and TV shows in the middle of November. I'm talking about movies like Bad Santa, The Santa Claus, Home Alone, The Polar Express, Elf even. I'm talking about every single Christmas movie you could ever think about was dropping in that time period. And let's not mention on the cartoon side, they were dropping every single Christmas special you could ever see. SpongeBob had a Christmas special, Scooby-Doo had a Christmas special. In that time period alone, it seemed like everything was just so festive. Real talk, the moment it hit December, you know for a fact that every single day before Christmas, you were gonna see some crazy Christmas specials. And let's not forget too, the Christmas music as well. Whoa, hold up. Because not gonna lie, in my personal opinion, I really don't like Christmas music. Like, I genuinely hate Christmas music. Like, they play the same song almost every single time. Like that Mariah Carey song, bro, I've heard it almost my whole entire life every Christmas. But I know for a fact that that Christmassy music is a good thing as well, because not gonna lie, it brings people together. People literally become more jolly. Like, I see it in my store every time. Every time a Christmas song plays, bro, these people are happy as hell. And let's not forget to mention the fact that when we were kids, we literally had all these crazy toys. Like, the quality of toys in the early 2000s and the 2010s was insane. We literally had some of the best toys to ever drop in any period whatsoever. And it was crazy too, because for a lot of kids out here, we genuinely have to wait till Christmas before we actually got these toys that we'd see on TV. Like, I kid y'all not, I have a lightsaber with me from 2010. This was exactly the point in time when it dropped, and I got this thing because I used to see it all the time on TV. And the craziest part about it is that we'd have to wait up until Christmas just to get all these toys. And if you were one of those kids who got to go in and actually pick your toys, bro, I'm telling y'all, you would have had the best Christmas ever. Because in that time period, Toys R Us was actually elite. That was like a toy wonderland. Going in there, I could genuinely see everything I wanted and everything I needed in that time period. It was an experience. And that's something I can say almost wholeheartedly that, not gonna lie, I need back. We need to bring back Toys R Us, because Toys R Us actually saved Christmas. And I understand that there's some Toys R Us that still actually exist, but there's only like 400 of them, and I can't even lie, I'm not paying enough attention for that trash. Deadass, just bring back the one that was 10 minutes away from my crib, bruh. But even though this is the case, especially back then, why does Christmas just not feel the same anymore? Well, now peep, because I got the answer for this, and I can't even lie, a lot of y'all would be very, very upset when you hear what actually happened. But see, the first thing we need to look at is the fact that in this day and age, we're going through a lot of situations right now. We got trauma and damage in almost every single country, and not gonna lie, nothing's getting any better.
37.9 million. That's the number of Americans currently living in poverty.
The economy's kicking everybody in the ass, and not gonna lie, Christmas presents are pretty expensive right now. Everyone's really too busy to get anything done, cause not gonna lie, when it comes to that Christmas period, people are still working. Folks are still out here trying to pay for the next meal for the next day. People are working hard for their houses, they're working hard for their children nowadays, to the point that they barely even get to see their kids cause they're so hard working. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but it's kind of like that one episode of The Simpsons where Homer had to dress up as Santa Claus to make enough bread for his family. He didn't get no bonus for his job. Like, he really had to reach deep in his pockets and do as much as he could to provide for his family. And I think even though we're a little better off now, we got phones and iPads and stuff, it's basically the same type situation. A lot of families are still struggling, and on top of that, a lot of people are dealing with the fact that everything's expensive as hell. Not to mention the fact that on top of that, people are extremely lonely nowadays. In this day and age, we're dealing with a loneliness epidemic that's probably one of the worst we've ever seen in the whole entire human history. People are not happy being alone. And when it comes down to those times when it's Christmas, or even times that we celebrate together, they just don't have that support system. A lot of people don't have the people around them who genuinely care about them, who want to feed them and keep them safe and happy in that moment. Lots of folks don't have that genuine connection where they have people who actually care about them enough to invite them to the crib. Not to mention, a lot of us are just genuinely distracted by the world. Like I said before, there's so much going on, there's too much noise to even think or focus on Christmas. Like, let's really be real here. Christmas does not exist to you if you're broke. Christmas does not exist to you if you're hungry or starving. Christmas really doesn't exist to you if you're lonely or on your own. I actually asked my mom for some help with this video because, not gonna lie, she even feels the same type of way for why Christmas just doesn't feel the same. And she told me for her why Christmas doesn't feel the same is that when she used to invite people over for Christmas, she wouldn't invite people because we were bored or anything like that, but she invited folks because she wanted the whole experience of Christmas together as a big family. And on top of that too, she said she really enjoyed sharing Christmas to folks who wouldn't really experience Christmas in that type of way. And I can't even lie, as a kid, I really hated this whole entire experience, because not gonna lie, imagine cleaning up after who knows how many kids. Like, real talk, I deadass had to deal with either kids pissing on my carpet or spilling Coke all over my floors. It was not a fun experience for me at the time, and not gonna lie, as a little kid, I really didn't get to understand it in that type of way. But in those moments, I genuinely remember those times of Christmas actually being fun. And I was acting like, bruh, all these families weren't actually coming in giving us presents as well too. So on top of my presents that I got from my parents, I got presents from other people as well. But real talk, that feeling of togetherness, camaraderie, and conversations that we had with all the families was just amazing. And honestly, that was really what made my Christmas, and I feel like it probably made other people's Christmases as well that were invited to the household. In my personal opinion, Christmas is best celebrated with the people who love you around you. Like, you can't have Christmas without people who don't mess with you. And realistically speaking, the only reason it just doesn't feel the same is because we're getting a little older. We're really now entering the adult world, and not gonna lie, it kinda sucks. But now that I'm on the adult table, I genuinely understand what it is to really enjoy Christmas. Because realistically speaking, a lot of these folks are just using Christmas as a way to take a break from their actual real lives. The fact that you get to hang out with family and enjoy the things that go on around you is really what makes Christmas, Christmas. And I know a lot of people really don't mess with their families in this day and age, but not gonna lie, putting all that mess aside and going out of your way and actually enjoying the time together is just the best experience. But don't forget, this is just my personal opinion, and at the end of the day, you can have your own perspective on what it is. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. God bless y'all, and have a nice day.